Well, here is a developing design from Tennessee in the US, and so we're working in the Imperial set of units, and the designer here wants to add a whole series of ground cover planting through here, and if I click on the symbol you can see that the foam flower has been assigned to that particular symbol. Let's use view and background color, and we'll temporarily change to white. He's been using the Smart Plant Label tool, but how do we cope with a group of massed planting of a particular ground cover? We'll go to GCAD Plus, come down here, choose the Smart Label tool, and do have a good look at the prompt. Select the symbol or adjacent copies of the same symbol. You hit enter for the next step, and then when you finish, click to finish. So we need to pick those symbols that we want to include in this massed planting, because as you'll see in a moment, we're going to count the number in that particular area. There may well be other areas of mass planting of the same group, but we're concentrating on labeling this area. So we hit enter for the next step. We now have a choice. We can just have a leader, as you see here has already been done, or you could use a single line. We'll stick with leader. Next we're asked to input the first point of the label. We want to come somewhere into that central zone. I like to try and keep the angle reasonably consistent, and in goes the leader. And now we're asked a series of questions. Do we want to pick up the code? Well, in the plant schedule later I'll do a custom schedule, so we'll say yes. Botanical name, yes. Common name, yes. Do we want the count? Yes. How many are in this group? And we hit enter. So it is now labelled, because each one of these has been tagged to an entry in the accompanying plant database file, which we've called Kentucky 2. What I want to illustrate is, if you use this system, you have great control over the layout of that text. If we edit the text now, logically you might want to say 16 and give the shortcut the code for it, and then we've got another line for foam flower. So we can say, okay, can you see that compacts everything in that small group? Notice that the spacing's a little tight, so you can just alter the spacing in the properties box. Line space, you might 0.75, and that will match the others, and that's looking neat. However, if you come to a layout such as this one here, which is quite a long name, you also have control over the justification of that group. We can say we want it left justified, or right justified, or center. So can you see that tidies things up just a little? So when we run the plant schedule, it doesn't include this one yet because we've just put it in. Can you see we've got the botanical name, we've got the symbol, common name, and that code that's just gone in. So we can run that plant schedule again with custom content. I'll say we want the symbol, yes we do. The markers, no. Type, we don't want to know if it's tall tree or ground cover or what. Do you want to include the code? Yes. The pot size, no, we don't want the pot size. Botanical name, yes. Common name, yes. Print common name under, I prefer to say no to that. We'll just get rid of that email that's coming in. Now the text height, I may have to run this one again. We'll try 0.6. Click in there, text height 0.6. This is only a guess, and corner point there, other point there, and it's now updated. Fortunately, that was the last entry, and that little group of 16 species, 16 instances of the foam flower now goes in, and we've now have dealt with our design. We've improved the design, and in a future release of GCAD Plus we would hope to be able to do match properties and match those. Pretty sure that doesn't work. It's on the wish list, so we go to modify, match properties. We're happy with that, and we can go there, and you can see it doesn't work, so it's a little tedious. We would have to pick those, and we should be able to go to justification left in a group, and I'm relatively happy with that, but we will fix things up in a future release. Can you see that using leaders to label gives you great flexibility of how the text is laid out and the positioning of the leader itself. I can fine-tune and spend considerable time tweaking things. But now we go on to our layout sheet, and you can see the information we've just added goes in.